Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another THW NHL News and Rumors Rundown. My name is Jim Parsons. I'm here with thehockeywriters.com. It's been a little while since we've done one of these videos, but there's plenty of news to go around in the NHL, even though the playoffs are well underway. For a lot of teams that are not in the playoffs, they're already thinking about the offseason. Tons of coaching news, all sorts of fun stuff that we can talk about. We're going to do that for the next couple minutes. Just a reminder, though, if you want to follow the Hockey Writer on Twitter, you can do so at the Hockey Writer. You can go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/thehockeywriters. Check out thehockeywriters.com. Check out the YouTube page and download any of the post-game videos that we're doing or the pre-series videos that are going on right now. There's lots to talk about, so we're going to get into some of the news items in the NHL. Some of the bigger stories that we're covering today include Rick Bowness has stepped away from the Dallas Stars as their head coach. There was talk that maybe he might stick around, but only like a year at a time if he was going to renew. He released a statement saying that he spoke with his wife, and they've both decided that this time it's best to let the Dallas Stars go in a different direction for their coaching needs. Now, the assistants are going to be gone as well, so Dallas is completely overhauling their coaching department. This does not mean that Rick Bowness is done coaching. He's not retiring. There is talk, though, that he's going to be very selective about where he goes, if he goes anywhere, but that he is interested in joining the pool of available coaches that could be signed this offseason. Speaking of coaches, Barry Trotz may still be the most eligible bachelor, so to speak, in terms of the coaching faculty for the NHL. He's a guy that there are a lot of teams, at least 6 or 7 of that we know of, have reached out to him so far. The Winnipeg Jets, Chicago Blackhawks, Philadelphia Flyers, Vegas Golden Knights are among them. There's going to be others. What we're hearing is that he too is going to be very selective. His asking price is quite high, somewhere in the neighborhood of about $6 million per season. He is really, really good. This is a coach that did wonders with the Islanders, even though last season was not the best for the New York Islanders organization, and Lou Lamoriello is a very impatient GM. He decided to move in a different direction. The two didn't see eye to eye. There are a lot of teams that think Barry Trotz could be the guy to lead them forward. So we'll see where he winds up if somebody's willing to pay the price. My guess is somebody is willing to pay the price. Some news for teams that are in the playoffs right now. Mikko Koskinen, goaltender of the Edmonton Oilers. It sounds like he's agreed to a deal, at least verbally, with a Swiss team, HC Luago out of Switzerland, that he's going to play there next season. We don't know if this now precludes him from signing with another NHL team. We assume it doesn't. He probably could test free agency with another team. It doesn't sound like he's coming back with the Edmonton Oilers, even though he's in the midst of a series against the Calgary Flames right now. They'll probably move either towards Stuart Skinner and Mike Smith or look for another bigger starter, but Koskinen's probably not part of their long-term plans. So he may decide to test free agency, but he could have a backup plan already in work, be heading to Switzerland. This would be the second time that he's gone to play overseas since being drafted by the Islanders. Kyle Dubas, lots of change potentially coming to Toronto, even though there is talk that the team is mostly going to roll back with a confident group. So they believe that they are better than what they showed this season. Their first round elimination was a shocker to a lot of people behind the scenes. They aren't planning on moving the core, but Elliot Friedman of Sportsnet reports that Kyle Dubas might do something big, that this might be the year. He called it the Kawhi Leonard situation, where they move out a big player, try to get a big player back, maybe shake up the makeup of the team a little bit, but also keep a lot of the people there. Jack Campbell's the big story for the offseason. What's going to happen there? Are they going to be able to get that deal done? And we'll see what Dubas has in mind. But for the most part, everybody else is staying. Sheldon Keefe, Dubas isn't going anywhere. We'll see how many players move. There will be some change, obviously, because of the salary cap situation. But Toronto may have a very similar team to what they had last year. Evgeni Malkin, Chris Letang, Brian Rust, a lot of names that we're talking about in Pittsburgh right now. Malkin might be the most interesting one to watch because it seems like he could be gone. This is a end of an era potentially in Pittsburgh where Malkin could move on. Chris Letang might stick around, even though he's potentially been lowballed by the Pittsburgh Penguins as well. But the number that the Penguins have offered Evgeni Malkin apparently is nowhere near what he's looking for. And he even said in a media avail that he is prepared to move on. He doesn't want to. He would like to finish his career in Pittsburgh, but he is prepared to move his family and play hockey somewhere else. So he's not done playing. He is going to sign somewhere. Pittsburgh apparently is very far apart, which didn't make Sidney Crosby very happy from what we understand. They've come up in terms of numbers for Chris Letang, and it looks like he might be their priority. Brian Rust could get a new deal, but he could also test free agency and sign somewhere for big money. We'll see how different this Pittsburgh team looks, but Evgeni Malkin might be the guy to watch. He might be the guy who goes somewhere else, and we'll see about that one. GM for the Montreal Canadiens, Kent Hughes, has said that they are going to be looking to make a splash this summer, but That doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to go and just buy and pitch and try to sign UFAs, people that they don't have to give out assets to acquire, just money. It doesn't look like that's going to be the situation at all. In fact, Ken Hughes has talked about the people that he might have to move or the moves he might have to make to free up salary. So it sounds like Montreal is going to be doing some swapping, not just necessarily some signing. Yes, do expect that they will pitch for some free agents, but they're probably going to be moving contracts like Shea Weber's, maybe Jeff Petrie. Expect some changes in Montreal, which would then allow them to either go sign somebody or get another player back that costs a lot of money. So expect a lot of change in Montreal, but it'll be very interesting to see how it happens. It might not just be the traditional go out and sign a UFA. We'll see. That's what Hughes is at least hinting at. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this weekend. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs in round 2 for your teams if they're still in it, and then enjoy stressing out about what's going to happen with your team who isn't and what the offseason is going to hold. The NHL entry draft is not that far away, and we'll see what goes on from there. All right, everybody, thanks again. Have a fantastic weekend. Check out thehockeyraiders.com for everything else, and we'll talk to you soon.